Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick 9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Batman, the 1960s movie that you're probably all a huge fan of. I really want to talk about Lee Meriwether, who played Catwoman in the movie. Remember, Julie Newmar played Catwoman in the series, as well as later on we had Eartha Kitt in the third season. But if you're a fan of classic TV shows, movies just like this, don't forget that liking, commenting, and subscribing is the best way to support my channel. So let's get right to it. I really want to talk about this very interesting anecdote that comes directly from Lee Meriwether. Now, when she was cast for this movie, Batman, she realized that she had to work with three iconic villains. That was Cesar Romero, Frank Gorshin, and Burgess Meredith, who were playing the Joker, Riddler, and the Penguin. Now, with these men, they were very unique. They, in fact, treated her in very different ways, and she begins by talking about Cesar Romero. He was the one who was very special to her because he took her under his wing when Lee Meriwether came on the set. He was welcoming to her, and he told her not to worry, that she would do amazingly well and that she would be fine. He said, "Let me help you, and if there's anything he could do to help her, just to let him know." So during filming of the movie, he himself would position her into place. Because remember, Lee Meriwether's character called for her wearing a mask, and so her field of vision was almost like a tunnel vision. It was difficult for her to see to some respect. So she missed a mark during filming many times, and Cesar Romero was the one who eased her and pushed her into the right place where they were supposed to be and where they had to end up at the end of the scene. He was there for her, and he was always wonderful. This is according to Meriwether. In regards to Frank Gorshin, he was the most subdued of all the men according to her. Burgess was quiet, and they hit it off. That is Burgess and Lee Meriwether, and they talked for hours. They even went to movies together while they were on location, and this movie was filmed in Santa Barbara, so that's where they mostly were able to hang out. They went for 2 days on location to the Santa Barbara Pier. Incidentally, I myself, Rick 9G, have been to the Santa Monica Pier. It's a very beautiful location. And Lee Meriwether remembered that Frank was very particular about his costume. Now, we all know the struggles of that costume because it was so form-fitting and tight-fitting that it created a little bit of a struggle for Frank. And now that suit had been made for him. It was very special. It was form-fitted, as I mentioned. But he wanted to really wear it in the movie because he was done with those green tights. So he preferred what he had to wear in the movie. The jacket was really, really nice. It was a bit out there, but it looked really good on him, according to Meriwether. And what was unique about Burgess and her, that is Meriwether, is that they both got to play dual roles in the movie. Now, Katanya Irinaya Tatanya Kareshna Alishov. I mean, try to say that 5 times fast. It was difficult. But according to Meriwether, she had to learn that name very, very quickly right before they had to film it. And it was a great experience for her working with these men. Now, in regards to any stunts, pay attention to the submarine explosion scene. Now, according to Meriwether, they fell over each other. That is, the actors kind of went here and there trying to film that scene, and they did most of that stuff and the stunts themselves. Now, the only time that they had a stunt woman doing something for Meriwether is when it didn't look good in the movie. There was one time where she tripped and fell and her mask fell off, and she thought, well, why can't I do this myself? Now, the people behind the scenes, the head honchos, they said absolutely not, and she agreed. But they had been worried that the bullwhip that she used on the stuntmen for Adam West, that it would be a little bit dangerous if she didn't exactly know how to use it. In one of those circumstances, she did use the whip. She missed Adam West and hit him in the leg. It was pretty bad, according to her, and she wanted a stunt woman to do that particular scene because she wasn't doing a good job and she didn't want to hurt him any further. So what do you think about this movie? Have you seen it yourself? Do you like it more than the actual series, or maybe you don't like it much? Let me know your thoughts down below. I just wanted to focus more on the men and how well, or how they were in regards to Meriwether, what the relationship was like, and how she was effective positively or negatively in her acting. Because think about it, these men had already worked together in the series, and then Lee Meriwether comes out of nowhere. She auditions, she's cast in the role, and all of a sudden she has to play with these people who are very familiar with each other. And according to her, Cesar Romero was the one who really made her feel at home. Your thoughts down below are much appreciated. We'll see you all next time, and don't forget everyone to stay positive and be hopeful.